Happy Thursday, and it's angles. I love angles. We talked about these a little bit, but here's a little bit of review of the different types of angles that we have. So we have our right angle, and it always kind of looks like a corner to me. So it could be on either side like this. It could be up and down, the opposite way, but it always makes this right angle in a corner here or a vertex. And it always equals exactly 90 degrees. Next we have a cute tiny little angle. So these are much smaller angles similar to this. Kind of a standard acute angle measures 45 degrees or less, but also any acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A tiny, acute little angle. Next we have a big, large, wide, obtuse angle. The standard obtuse angle is 120 degrees, but an obtuse angle can be greater than 90 degrees, always less than 180. Speaking of 180, we have, yes, this looks like a line because it's what we call a straight angle. So if we're looking at an angle like this, a straight line, it measures 180 degrees. Now, regardless what kind of angle we have, we can always measure how many degrees they are using a tool that we call a protractor. So this is your text pages in your PDF packet for the math section today. So we're not going to use an actual protractor today, but we're going to see an example of one. So on this page you have pretty specific steps of how we can use a protractor. So here's an angle, and we put a protractor, this measuring tool, on top of that angle. So you find your baseline, and you put it on your beginning line of your angle, and then you place the center of that baseline on your vertex, the middle point. And then for this angle, you always want to start at 0, since you're measuring how many degrees it is, and you start at 0 to work your way up. So 0 here for our angle is on the outer scale. You're going to be looking at this on your homework today. So if we continue on the outer scale, we see that it measures 45 degrees. So this angle is 45 degrees, which also means it's an acute angle. Let's practice a little more. So here's another protractor. Here's our angle, vertex here, starting at 0 on the outer scale. We're going all the way to 110 degrees. So this question is the measure of JKL, less than or greater than 90 degrees, 110, definitely less than 90. And it's the measure of 110. And 110, greater than 90, so that means that it is obtuse. So now your favorite part, we're going to look at your homework for a little bit. You're welcome. Very exciting. Directions important. Decide which scale you would use to measure each angle. Fill in the blanks with inner scale or outer scale. So remember, you need to have that middle point in your vertex, and then you should start at 0 so you can work your way up to see how much the measurement is. So here we are, our 0's over here on the outer scale. So we would write outer scale here. Now you don't necessarily have to write how many degrees or what type of angle it is, but we're going to practice that here because you're going to do that on the next page of your homework. So here's our 0. We know we're on the outer scale, and we're measuring all the way to 50 degrees. So 50 degrees would mean what type of angle is it? Think about it. Acute! You're right! Yay! So outer scale, 50 degrees, it's acute. Let's take a look at 11. So here's our vertex, and the 0 where we're beginning is over here, and we're on the inner scale. So we're starting here on the inner scale, all the way to the end of our angle. Now remember, we're on the inner scale, so we need to read the number on the inner scale, not the outer scale. And we are at 140 degrees. So 140 degrees would make it what type of angle? Miss B, you want to help them out?
Obtuse.
Woohoo! Have fun!
Woo!